Whoa, 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 everybody, what's up? It's Jasmine. Let's see if I got much options here. Staying off microphone. Oh, I can like get my. Oh, hello. Super chat, live chat, top chat, super chat. Why not? Wait, no, hold on, because then you have to be. Okay, no, that's not gonna. We'll just go with top chat. I don't know. Visa. Is this into. Oh, there we go. Hello! It's Jasmine. I am going to. Oh, hey, Duncan. I am going to put this junk in my hair because it's feeling really dry. And you know how when you get dry hair, right? But usually your scalp is still oily, right? Thank you. But my scalp is dry. Like the hair at the top is dry. So I don't know what's going on there. I think it's. See, the thing is that I don't really wash my hair all that much. Once a week, twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. It really depends. And so I think it's been getting dry from when I've been washing my face. My beautiful face. Yeah, so I think that that's what. Oh, let's check this out. Wow, that's so creepy. It's not very good either because you know you need like a lot more shadows. Anyway, let's go back to normal. Wow. So yeah, first gotta brush out the hair. Gosh, this is the worst part. And then slap all the other stuff in. See, I probably should have brushed my hair then wet it. But it's Saturday. So there we go. Oh man. Okay, so I've opened up a t-shirt shop, which I'm gonna talk about. Well, like I signed up to a website that lets you sell your designs on a t-shirt, mugs, anything like that. So I've opened up one of those. I've already got 2 designs on there. And somebody bought one of them. Hey mom! And so I was really excited. So I made a short video. Yeah, it's like exactly merch, except, well, I don't know what the difference is, but I kind of feel like since I'm technically an artist, I should have like a cooler name instead of merchandiser. Limited edition print. No, I don't know. But anyway, oh yeah, last night, Mum and I, we Skyped. She'll probably be fine with me telling the story. We Skyped, except we had planned on doing it my nighttime, her morning, but she slept in until lunchtime. So I had to be awake at 1 a.m. talking to Mum, and then I couldn't sleep after that. So I took a sleeping pill, and that worked out fine. I ended up going to sleep at I think about 3:30 a.m. I'm feeling fine now, so I think it was a good decision. But sometimes, you know, sleeping pills are a bit hit or miss because sometimes they can make you really, really tired the next day. So you really want to avoid using them as much as you can. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Mum. Oh, and then she got us into like, okay, so we don't Skype, we use Facebook Messenger, right? And she got us into this game where like, it's not new, no, it's kind of faded out, so it does look a bit new. Anyway, so she played this game, and it makes you a unicorn and the other person a narwhal, and so then you got to like use your horns to catch these rings that fall from the sky. And I thought I was really awesome at the game, but Mum was like catching all of them, you know, like she was just sitting there and she would like just move her head slightly. Yeah, so she would just move her head like this and she would catch all the flipping rings, and I couldn't believe it because I thought, oh, you know, I've got good head movement. I'm making it. But no. So mum won like, she says that it was only 3 times, but it felt like 6, honestly, because we didn't know how to get out of the game. So we kept on playing it. And I was really keen on trying to beat mum. But it never happened. Never happened. That's alright though. And now here I am today, alive, doing well. Ooh. I don't think I've ever smelled this. Smelled? Coconut henna. Wait, hold on. Yes, right. So the shirts, let me see. I think I've got the links. Oh no. Okay, here I am. I'm back. I think this might have stopped it. Anyway, then I want to send a chat message, right? So how do I do that? I want to show you guys what my again. Heck, hold on. I'll figure this out. I'm a genius. I can do it. Okay. You might need my cell phone and a piece of paper. What's this? It's like fancy paper. Here we go. Where is my pens? Okay, check out my pen. It's a 4-colored pen, right? And they're quite popular at work. And at work, I'm the person that orders all the office supplies to the whole hospital, right? So I don't mean to boast, but it's a pretty big job. And so I can order what pens we get. And then one time, the post-operation department, they ordered these really fancy ones, and I was like, whoa. So I thought, you know what, I'll get a pack of those to our office, because there is no way that we are going around with boring as pens. Okay, so if I go first, if I just find the website, that'll be good. T-shirts. Okay, here we go. T Public. And then my name is Jasmine Rowe. But I'll do one better. And I will put in the URL. So how do I find that? Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have, oh, I gotta sign in again. Heck. What is this? Sign in city? Visa legitimate. Share my store. Here we go. http // tpub /LIC/6 DDCCTIOH44. Wow, it just rolls off the tongue. So this is my t-shirt shop. So T Public, I should have made that one bigger. And I'm pretty sure if you search Jasmine Rowe, you will find it. But if you're super, I don't know, you can type in the web address. But you know, I will share that on my Facebook fan page, and oh, I know, I can also share it on Instagram. So I'll do that today. That's that done. Nice one, Jasmine. using your initiative by getting some paper. Anyway, let's get on to the hair stuff. Ugh. Gosh, it's starting to dry out. It's really hot today. Yeah, it's pretty cool. No, it's not cool. It's hot. It's hot today. You're trying to trick me. My Instagram is Banal Jasmine. So BANAL Jasmine. Like boring, but banal. Yeah. Because it's ironic, really. Because I'm not boring. Sometimes I am. Can you guys see my dinosaurs in the background? They look so happy. I wish I was a dinosaur. No, I don't, because they're dead. Wow, that was dark. Got real dark real quick. Okay, so it's really sunny today. Super hot. So ideally I would go swimming. You hate the heat. I mean, it's a good excuse to get ice cream. So there's that. But I might go swimming, although I don't really feel like it. But I technically don't feel like doing anything today. So if I'm gonna try and improve my life, I might go swimming. And then I'll get an ice cream, obviously. And then tomorrow is my last day of my holiday. And then it's back to work on Monday, which will be super fun. I bought my colleague, her dog, she got 12 teeth removed this week. And the poor thing was only going to get 2 teeth removed, and then they just took everything out. So I went when I was in town and I got her some doggy treats. So hopefully that'll cheer her up on Monday. And worst case scenario, the dog is on sick leave and she doesn't show up for work. That would be very disappointing. But at the same time, you know, I can understand that. My dog, you know, the sausage dog that I walk around with and stuff, he's on holiday. He's on holiday and he's been on holiday for weeks. So he's at his summer house. And so basically I've been all by myself for way too long. See, because I thought, you know what, I had this little fantasy in my head. I had this fantasy that I would take a week off work and that I could walk the dog like every day. Yeah, but Duncan, you're coming in the weekend, so I don't have to take time off. Oh yeah. Okay, we just need a little bit more in the back. I also have a massive secret that I've been keeping from everybody. Not from my mum though, obviously. Don't worry, Mum. But that might be revealed later on, depending on how things go. Because at the moment, it's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit hit or miss. So yeah. Oh, the other good thing that happened was, and I did actually forget to tell Mum about this. So there's a few places in Stockholm, like cafes and restaurants and things, that you can apply to exhibit your artwork, right? So I didn't really know too much about this, but since I had my art exhibition last month, one of my colleagues, they mentioned it. They were like, oh, you should totally, you know, talk to these restaurants and stuff. And so I did that. I sent off an email with examples of my work. I didn't hear from them for a couple weeks. So I just thought, you know, they probably get hundreds of these emails and they're probably just not interested. Don't get too hard on yourself, Jasmine. But then a couple of days ago, they emailed back and they said, sorry, we've just been really busy with the summertime. And that's totally understandable. And then they said that the next opening would be next year in May, the start of May to the end of June, to have an exhibition. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, how do I apply for that? And they're like, you're booked in. So I have an exhibition next year. So I better not get kicked out of Sweden. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I got to come up with new artworks. Obviously I could display. Thank you. It is very cool. Thanks. I could display stuff that I've already done, but since it's such a long time to the next, opportunity, I might as well work on a whole new series that like I can be proud of and show off and things like that. Because the really good thing is, like, if you have an exhibition and you show a piece and then you want to like sell it, or you want to sell prints of it and things like that, yeah. It's good. Like, it can sound better if you're like, oh, this has been exhibited in Stockholm, so that can have like an appeal to some people. So if you the more work that you can get shown somewhere, I think it can help. Yeah, I've also got an Etsy store that I'm working on, but it's too early to share that. But yeah. Woo! Okay, so what's happening with the hair situation is that we are all slathered up in coconut oil, and I'm gonna put it up like this. It still feels dry, but sometimes that's just the paranoia talking. Whoop. Oh yeah. Heck. Awesome. One thing that I do wish though was that I've got heaps of subscribers, and that's good. But sometimes, like this week, it showed that like, oh, I gained a few each day, so I gained like 4 this week, and then all of a sudden they're all gone, and I'm like, what did I do? And that kind of sucks. But I am thinking that no, I'm not bleaching again. No. This is just because it felt dry. So this is just taking care of myself, Duncan, putting 100% into me, because I'm the only one that can take care of myself. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I don't know, but doing more YouTube stuff, engaging more in people, that could be the thing. But the really good thing is that it feels like I've gotten more subscribers that are like really engaged, and they talk about things and like how they're doing and things like that. And that's really awesome, because like before you would like, I would sometimes get comments, but it wasn't that many, and you wouldn't necessarily and you wouldn't necessarily like get to know them. But like now there's a lady who's also from Sweden, and she's not from Sweden, but she's living in Sweden, and there's like, there's so many people that I feel like I'm getting to know, and that's really awesome. Yeah. Woo! I like getting to know people, especially when you don't have to worry about setting up a time to meet them, because that's a disaster. Let me tell you about that. This Friday, my friend sent me a message. No, okay, so I'll start again. My friends and I, we've got a group Facebook chat, and so we'll always be like, oh, hey, maybe we should meet up on Friday and go out for a drink or something. And so we tried to do that, and then everybody was all in on it, and then all of a sudden Jerome, he was like, oh, can we move it to Saturday? Because I've got this other British friend that also wants to tag along, but he can only tag along on Saturday. So I was like, oh yeah, you know, like I'm pretty easy, it doesn't bother me. But then Josh, he said that he's busy all weekend, so he can't make it on Saturday. So then all of a sudden, it just didn't happen. You know, we didn't meet each other yesterday. I don't know if we're going to meet each other this weekend, but that's what happens when you try to meet up in real life, you know, because we can have all the fun we want on the internet, sending each other messages, talking about the weather, but then as soon as you try and meet up, it just falls apart sometimes. Also, we've got this New Zealand friend called Jeremy, and he's always on the road or something. Like we don't even know where he is. He's just we'll be like, oh hey Jeremy, do you want to meet up? And he'll be like, oh sorry, I'm in Norway, or oh I'm sorry, I'm on the train down to Malmo. So we we haven't seen him in ages. For all we know, he could be dead and somebody's got his phone and they're just pretending to be him, and that would be a disaster because you know he's got a fiance, and if she doesn't realize that he's not the man that she thinks he is, that could be a real disaster. But yeah, anyway, Jeremy's he's my favorite because he laughs so easily. So he's like me, and he's also a New Zealander. And so we'll be talking about stuff, and he's so funny. And so his fiance, she's Swedish, and sometimes she'll put photos up of Jeremy and her family, and all her family will be sitting there like, you know, life, and Jeremy will be like, so Jeremy always looks super happy, and all these other Swedish people look really boring. And it's like, that's so funny. Oh, Jeremy's great. My next best friend would be, I think, Josh, because he's taken really good care of me. You know, he's been there through the really hard times. But then it would be Jerome. So Jerome, Jerome's just really, like, he loves Flight of the Conchords, the New Zealand comedian duo, and so he's always quoting them and stuff. And together, like him and Josh, it's just been awful because it's basically just been Josh, Jerome, and me. So since Jeremy's not there, my Kiwi backup, they've been like making fun of my accent all the time. So, and he's like, they're really good at it, except where they go on to an Australian accent, you know, and then it's like, mate, you've lost it. You know, you've gone on to the old stereotype of New Zealanders sound like New Zealanders sound like Australians, and then they sort of lose it. Do you think that we have different sounding accents? Yeah, yeah. So, so if they're trying to copy me, and then they're like, oh, I'll take the easy route and do an Australian accent, then it just ruins it, and I'm like, oh, you just made yourself look a little bit silly there. So yeah. Oh man, we actually don't have any Australian friends. We almost got an Australian friend because there's this guy who moved to Sweden, and he was in one of our Swedish classes, and he was opening a bar up in Sweden. So he was having all the trouble of getting permission to open a bar and working it out with the migration agency and everything like that. Like, oh, it sounded like a disaster. And so he was almost our friend, except he was a little bit quiet. And I think that he would have been super funny, except I think we just talked over him too much, you know, like we were all so loud and boisterous that he just never got in there. And then the next thing you know, we all finished school and moved on, and he was stuck there. So that was a bit sad. But if he is opening, because he was opening up an Australian themed bar, right? So like we're bound to notice that, right? Like, how many Australian bars are there in Sweden? I know of one, and like I know of it, so like my eyes are like always scanning the perimeter. I'm always like on the lookout. Do they have an Australian flag? Do they have a New Zealand flag? Are they showing favoritism? What's going on? Um, so I would notice like when a new Australian pub pops up, but it could take a while. Like I don't know how quickly these things go. To be honest, I'd be really worried about it because the prices of rent in Stockholm are ridiculous. So good luck, buddy. But we actually this Australian bar that I know about. It's actually really close to where I live, but I haven't wanted to go there because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I know, Mum, but I can't take you to an Australian bar in Sweden. What? That would be crazy. But there was one time where I did try to go in it, and it was shut, but it shouldn't have been shut because the opening hours was still open, and there was a person in there, but we just couldn't open the door. So I was like, don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I do want to go to the bar and just pretend that I'm Australian. So I'll be like, "G'day, mate. How's it going? Oh, crikey." Yeah, and just pretend to be Australian and see how far I can get. And yeah, that was kind of what the plan was going to be. What would the drink names be? Kangaroo Kick. I'm not very good at naming drinks because I only drink Pepsi. Hello. But I think that it could. They've also got a nice outdoor seating area, so that would be a big plus. Maybe I should go there today. It is really nice weather. Yeah, I should message Jerome and be like, let's go hit up that Australian bar. What's up? And then we would go there and cause a scene, get rowdy, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Other than that, today it'll just be getting outside, getting some exercise, nothing serious, just walking around, catching Pokemon, cola vodka. Cola and vodka. That is that nice? Mum, remember when you came and visited me, and then you were like, koala. Mum, remember when you came and visited me, and you were like, why do you have vodka in your flat? And I'm like, Mum, it's because I'm an adult. But I don't drink vodka. I just had it because a friend left it there. And yeah. Remember that, Mum? Someone forgot that I was an adult. Yeah. Koala. Actually, there's a good photo of me and Mum holding a koala bear when I was a kid because it was a really big one. It was a really big koala bear, Mum, wasn't it? It was like the dad bear or the mum bear. And so like all the other kids, like my brothers, they just held on to like a normal sized koala and they could do it by itself. But I was too small, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, that was really nice. Oh, also we held this massive ass snake, right? So it was a big snake and it went around our family like this. And then I was holding the head, right? But Joseph, for the longest time, he thought that he was the one holding the head. And then we finally got the photo out like years later. And I'm like, mate, look at that. I'm the one holding the head. And then I kind of felt bad for him because all of his dreams had been squashed, Like he didn't really have much to look forward to after that. Anyway, I am going to go. It's really hot and I gotta wash out my hair. But anyway, thanks everybody for keeping me company, especially Mum. It was nice having you here, and especially to my Australian friend, and to Duncan, and to everybody else who I do not know personally, but I will let you know. So it's a big